guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to talk about what it's like to be a teenager in 2017. I know personally I am a teenager in 2017. I will be 17 in less than 2 weeks. So I feel like I have had a fair experience in what it is like. I know that there are a lot of struggles to being a teenager, but these are the things that I could think of, at least for me, that are struggles for being a teenager. So I'm very excited to do this video, and hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit in some way and you guys can relate to it. And before we get into the video, make sure that if you are not subscribed to this channel, to please hit the subscribe button down below. It is free and you will join the little family that we have going here. We are really close to 100 subscribers, so please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys like these kinds of videos. I will make sure to do more in the future if you do. And also, make sure to go follow me on all of my social media, because I post and update you guys there all the time, so make sure to go do that as well. I believe that is it, so let's get into it. So the first thing I could think of is, I know that there is a lot of pressure to be like a certain way. You have to look a certain way or do a certain thing or say certain things or all those kinds of things that you need to be doing if you are a teenager and you want to fit in, you could say. And of course a lot of this has to do with the influence of social media, of course, makes it worse. And although I would not love to admit that, because I do personally love social media, I love to be on it, I love to update you guys on there and everything like that, but it does make it a lot harder. The first thing I wanted to talk about is like appearance. So first of all, having your hair a certain way. I know that not necessarily styling it a certain way, kind of, but having it, like, there's all these like hair trends and things like that, and you feel like you need to do them because they're popular and you want to fit in. I know personally I love to just have my hair straight and that's it. Like, I don't do much else. Again though, my natural hair is not necessarily this straight, like, but I don't feel like it looks good the natural way, and straightened is the better way to look, so that it looks, so I straighten it every day. Or whatever. So really that's also, I feel like, a kind of a pressure, even if you don't think so. If you just think, oh, I like to have my hair straight, so I just straighten it. I feel like there is like an underlining thing of like, yeah, but it doesn't look good the other way, and I want to make sure that I look good in case I take a selfie or whatever, or anything like that. You want to make sure that you look good, even though your natural hair, the way that it is just fine and perfect and wonderful the way that it is, yet you still like seem to want to make it look better. And for makeup, I know, for the most part, I wear makeup every day. I love makeup, and I find it fun to put on makeup. And I know that sometimes that's just that you have stuff on your face that you don't love, like you may have skin problems and things like that you want to cover up. And it's supposedly you look better when you cover it, and it's better to do that. It's not. Like, you don't have to. Like, just because everybody else is putting on makeup, all the other girls and everything's like that, then you don't have to just because they are. Like, you don't need to do what everybody else is doing. That's another pressure of making sure that your makeup looks exactly like everybody else is doing it. Another thing that has to go with this is clothes. I know for me, I'm happy in like a band t-shirt and some jeans and call that a day as well. Not everybody feels comfortable in those, and I know that, especially, again, this has to do with social media, is you see people in these cute outfits and you want to try them yourself, so you go and you feel like you need to go buy those pieces of clothing. Even if you don't feel comfortable in them, it's popular, and basically you want to look exactly like the people on social media. Like, I know I have that problem a lot of the time. Like, I'm scrolling through social media and I see this girl, she looks really pretty, and I feel like, oh, it's her makeup and her hair is that way, and it's because she did her hair that way and her makeup that way, and it's because she's wearing that outfit that she looks that great. Like, that's just not true. Like, I just don't, I know that's not true, but there's also like that part of you that's like, oh, well, you need to look that way because that's how all the kids are doing it, or all the teenagers are doing it, or whatever. It's also underlines as well with body image, being like that super skinny, like a size 1, 2, 3 in pants, and like a small or an extra small in shirts, and like all those kinds of things. Not everybody is like that, and that is just reality. I know I'm not, and I know some people that are, and I know some people that aren't, and to me they're beautiful either way. And I know that it is really hard though, and like, I know for me, like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, since I'm not those sizes, I don't want to mention it and I don't want to talk about it because I feel like it's a bad thing. Like, I do feel that way a lot of the times, and so I just don't want to talk about it. But it does not mean you are less beautiful and less amazing. It just means that you're not that same size. Like, that doesn't matter, and there's the pressure to wear that certain size and get to that certain size. So doing the fitness and eating that healthy diet, which is good for you, but I would say that you should be doing those things because you want to make your body healthier, not because you want to look that certain way. Is not gonna get you there. Like, you have to have the motivation to do it for yourself rather than to do it for other people and for wearing that size, because that's not what matters. What matters is you, and so you need to be doing those things for yourself rather than for other people to fit in, because I know in being a teenager that is a really big pressure that we have, and it sucks, and I wish we didn't, but we do. The next thing that I want to talk about is relationships. So I know very well, personally, that there is a pressure to have a significant other. You don't. I know that I'm not very good at that. If you didn't know, I am single. I know that there is, like, you're supposed to, at this age, like I said, I'm almost 17, to have either already have a significant other, or already have one, or almost have one, or whatever. You should have already had that happen. I guess that's the stereotypical, like, that's you set up a teenager to be. Like, you know, that's the stereotypical teenager, I guess you could say, which is really not true. You don't. And I know that a lot of people don't, just like me, and have not had that experience. So just as a reference, even if your best friend has already had a boyfriend, or your sisters or siblings or already had a significant other, doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you because you haven't. And that I've had problems with that, because I know that it's a pressure. Like, that's why I am saying it to you, because I know that it is a problem, and I want it to get across to everybody else that may be having the same problem as me, that is not true. You don't need to have that at all. You are just perfect and amazing the way you are, and it'll happen when it happens, although it sucks right now. It will, and I know that, and I'm sure you know that too deep down, but it still kind of sucks. But, you know, just because everybody else says that that's the way it's supposed to be doesn't mean that's how it actually goes for everybody. Just know that it is just something that society sets up as this is the way teenagers should be. Doesn't mean that's exactly how your life's gonna go, and doesn't mean that that's actually what happens, and that it's just something kind of basically fake. Like, it's not true, and it's just something, it's another kind of pressure, you could say, that we have, the pressures of being a teenager. Basically, to sum this whole entire video up, don't fall for the pressures of being a teenager. And I know it's hard. It happens to all of us. It's happened to me many times. Basically, all of these things that I have mentioned in this video have happened to me before, and that's why I wanted to make this video, to hopefully help you guys to kind of see it and understand it, and I'm sure you already do. I know that probably a majority of you who are watching this are a teenager or almost a teenager, so this is kind of going to give you some awareness, and to just look around and know that you are you, and that's fine, and that's amazing, and don't worry about it. And it is hard with social media, and it's what it is when you're growing up as a teenager. In 2017, it's hard, and it's a struggle for sure, and there is a lot of pressure to be a certain way, and there's a lot of pressures to being a teenager in this time, and I know that, I get it, and I hope that this video at least helped some of you. If it did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to this channel if you guys want to see more videos like this. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday Mountain Standard Time at 5 p.m. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos. I love you guys so much. I hope that this helped you guys. Make sure to go follow me on all my social media. That was really, like, not in order, but that's okay. And if you guys can relate to any of these things, make sure to tell me in the comments down below, or on social media somewhere. You guys can tell me there as well. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazingly beautiful, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Or Saturday's video. Sorry. Bye, guys!